Welcome to Subramani. This video has nothing to do with Rahul Gandhi. What triggered this video is a statement by Rahul Gandhi saying everything is wrong with India. The world has problems, India has problems, China does not have a problem, or things like that. And then I went back to, I think, John Stuart Mill, who said, I don't know why, but more people are likely to be talking about pessimism, and he wrote this 150 years ago, much before social media was there. So it is always nice to say. Then I went and searched all over the world. All over the world, the opposition talks of similar things. Unemployment is a problem. Inflation is a problem. If you bring if you bring the opposition in, democracy will be over. You will never get to vote again. It's not just in India that this has been said. This has been said across the world. You pick up any country which has an election, whether it is US, whether it is India, whether it is UK, everywhere the narrative is the same. So why is it why is it easy to convince people that all the problems in the world is because somebody else has done it? You are poor because Ambani and Adani are rich, right? You are not poor because of your circumstances or your actions or your lack of studying or whatever. It's not that. It is just somebody, and it is so easy for people to believe. And it is also, if you talk optimistically, you are considered to be, oh, something is wrong with this guy. People call you a perma bull, right? For example, somebody like a Rakesh Jhunjhunwala was never pessimistic about the markets. He was always optimistic and super optimistic. So similarly, you can find many people who are like that. But it is far more sexy to be a pessimist and talk pessimistically. Now, even if you take all your friends, right? I'm just a blanket, all your friends, all your cousins, etc. Over 40-50 years that you may have observed them, depending on your age. If you're 25, you may have observed them only over 15 years. So till 10 you don't observe all this. You have seen their standard of living, the amount of money that they have, and the ability to buy things has only gone up. I'm not saying they're happy or unhappy. I'm not getting into the psychological part. But everybody you know would have moved from a 1 BHK to a 2 BHK to a 3 BHK or whatever. Or at some stage said, okay, enough, I don't want a house bigger than a 3 BHK. They would have changed cars, they would have bought better cars. They would have moved from a small Maruti 800 kind of a car to at least a SUV, right? So everybody moves to an SUV. That is considered to be an upgrade. What it is for the environment, we will not talk, but yeah, that is considered to be an upgrade. But people still talk pessimistically. That is also because money gets built over very long periods of time, right? Over I was just seeing some portfolio over 16 years. A 6 crore portfolio has become close to a 23-24 crore. I think it's a 16-17 year portfolio, 2008 to 2024. 5-6 crores kind of investment has become something like 23-24 crores, right? This is the kind of growth that has happened. But a 10% fall will be noticed, but a growth which is so good. Like for example, the Sensex today should be something like 1,20,000 or 1,21,000 if you consider the TRI, that is all the dividends that is received. If in 1979 it was 100 and today it is 1,20,000 just for calculation purposes, which means it has grown 1,200 times, right? Which is a huge percentage for growth. But it is easy for me to do an episode and say market is going to fall 25% tomorrow, what should you do? That will get more hits than what this video will get, right? So that is how we are and that is how we react, right? So I'll just read out from a quote by Morgan Housel, and he has quoted Matt Ridley in his book, and he says, if you say that the world has been getting better, you may get away with being called naive and insensitive. If you say the world is going to get better, then you are considered to be embarrassingly mad. right? But if on the other hand you say catastrophe is imminent, and then you can expect any award, including the Nobel Peace Prize. It is so true, because it's easy for me to do videos saying market is about to crash and I'll get more hits than a video saying over 20 years 12% compounding can do this to your money. People are not interested in what is right and what is logical. They want an injection of fear. They want that. It's like being addicted. So they go to YouTube, watch some video like that, and YouTube keeps on feeding you such shit, and suddenly you are convinced that the world is in a recession, right? So when Rahul Gandhi talks, it is not that Rahul Gandhi is the only politician talking like that. Every politician in every country, when he is in opposition, he says the world is headed for a recession, there is bad things which are going to happen, this country is just not prepared for it. How can only 3 people benefit and the others go, other part of the population, 150 million, what happens to them, right? These are very, very easy, good emotional appeals, but doesn't mean anything. Just look around you. Everybody's standard of living has only gone up, inflation is down, so all those indicators are that the market is in not so bad a shape, right? Optimism seems, when you're optimistic and you say, then it say, see, Subhra is very optimistic, which means obviously he is not seeing the risk. Yes, of course there is risk, but does that mean that because there is risk you should not be optimistic? Is there any rule that you should not be optimistic? No, but for a person who wants to become the PM, he has to say this PM is underperforming, he's made this mistake, you are being hurt, inflation is hurting you, taxation is too high, unemployment is a big problem. So when you hear all this, you are convinced that something is wrong with you, and you will start thinking as to whom to vote for the next time around, right? Pessimism shows that not everything is moving in the right direction, which helps you to rationalize the personal shortcomings we all have. So it is easy for you to say, see, I am poor. Rahul Gandhi also told me that I am poor because Adani is rich, right? It's a fantastic product to sell. It is very easy to sell, but it is a fantastic product to sell, and everybody, 95% of your population says, see, we always knew this. I am poor because Adani is rich, or I am poor because Tata is rich, or something, which is much easier to accept, because then I don't have to do anything about it, right? So it is just some transfer of responsibility. By being pessimistic, I am just transferring the responsibility to somebody else. Oh yes sir, I think you have BP and sugar, you're 48. It happens at 48, happens to everybody. There's so much stress these days, so much pollution, right? Just tell him much simpler things. It is easy to be pessimistic and say all these things because you don't want to be blunt and say, look, if you are 42 years of age and this is your this is the situation in which you find yourself, you need to get off your ass and work out and improve your health. That is the truth, right? But nobody wants to say the truth, because if I start saying the truth, people will not watch the channel. That's the risk of people not wanting to say. Pessimism requires action, whereas optimism means staying the course. So that can't work, right? So people have to hear, then they'll say, see, should I sell Tata Power and buy this company because I hear EV is going to be big, so should I buy this EV? What do they make? Oh, they make some EV components, so should I buy that? Should I sell this? Your core portfolio will still make more money than all the peripheral ideas that you have, right? I mean, I'm not saying you won't make money, but will it be significant? Answer is it won't be significant, because you won't have the guts to put a significant stake in that, right? That's also the reason. Pessimists also can do one thing. They can beautifully extrapolate and say, this is Subhra, he's the guy who predicted the 2008 fall, right? And if you see the press articles from 2008 to 2012, 13, 14, you constantly got headlines saying this year will be worse than 2008. We were obsessed with 2008 when the market fell, I think fell 25% in one day, October 87. So market did all those things, right? So then it is easy to take those events, extrapolate and find some correlation. Look, whenever the president of US has a name starting with R, the market is likely to go into a recession or is likely to come out of a recession. You can just pick up anything, any correlation. I mean, any correlation. If a correlation, if any, is just incidental. It is just accidental, incidental, whatever you want to say, right? So it allows a pessimist to extrapolate all this and say, I am telling you that this is going to happen, and then it doesn't happen. So you are waiting, waiting and waiting, and the amount of money lost by not investing and waiting in the sidelines must be much higher than what people thought they are going to save by sitting out of the market because the markets are booming, right? So you have to pick all those calls, but largely it is far more profitable to be pessimistic. I don't know why. So any video saying market is going to fall, market is going to crash, and now the market is going to be in deep trouble, we are not going to be able to do anything else, that is much easier to sell than to say, look, take a responsibility, get up in the morning, go for a walk, eat moderately, do exercises, join the gym, and that is the only way to improve health. Difficult to sell. Thank you.